What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Swiss 2Gs here with a different kind of video for you today. It's Thursday, August 17th, which means that tonight at midnight, well, or technically tomorrow, however you want to look at it, Marvel's Defenders drops on Netflix, which I'm so hyped about. Now, here's the thing. So I was looking at a bunch of online stuff, and I really been seeing it for a while. A lot of negative talk about Iron Fist and really about Luke Cage. I like both shows overall. Luke Cage definitely got much worse the second half. I agree totally with that. But even with that being said, it was still my favorite Netflix show to this point. I also feel like Daredevil 2 had a bad second half. Basically, after the focus shifted from the Punisher, which to this point, I feel like the Punisher is the best character on the Netflix shows. And of the heroes I'm speaking of, Luke Cage is probably second to me. And then and after that, whatever. I don't really know that I would say any like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist. And you know what? Iron Fist is the worst. He's the worst. I don't Daredevil, Jessica. You can flip flop however you want. And Iron Fist, as like the show, everybody seemed to have all these negative things to say about it. Other than I think that the person that they cast for Iron Fist, I don't think he was a good Iron Fist. But other than that, I thought it was a pretty decent one of the Netflix shows. It probably was my second favorite after Luke Cage. Because I liked it more on the whole. Like, I think as far as every episode being decent, I think Iron Fist did the best job of that. It's just that Iron Fist himself is the worst character, which is why I put Luke Cage over. Because the first half of Luke Cage was just better than anything else, hands down to me. And it definitely got worse after they killed Cottonmouth. That was just, I don't understand why they did that. They should have found some other way to to make that work, because Cottonmouth was a great villain. Now, and I haven't watched Daredevil season 1 more than once. I don't think. If I did, I don't remember. So Daredevil season 1 might actually be better than Luke Cage. I would just have to watch it again to refresh my mind on it. But anyway, back to what the main topic of this is, which is the fact that I'm hyped about Defenders. And actually, let me get off that for a minute, because I gotta Jessica Jones. As I was looking at it, people seem to really love Jessica Jones. I thought Jessica Jones was the worst of all the shows. Like, it just never got really entertaining to me. I mean, it was interesting at some points, like when Luke Cage and her like met, and like they are fighting together and things like that. Like, the fact, because we know where Jessica Jones and Luke Cage are gonna end up. I like those parts were interesting, though any type of interaction between those two. But entertaining, I don't know. I feel like that was the worst show. And then the parts with the crazy guy, I don't remember his name, with that whole thing. And maybe that was just to set up something else down the road. I feel like they could have just left that out completely. And that's like a whole separate storyline that took part in the show that I don't feel was needed whatsoever. So that was like the worst show. But anyway, back to this Defenders hype. Super hype. Can't wait. Like, I'm just gonna usually I binge watch these shows. I shouldn't say binge watch, because technically I don't have time to binge watch like the whole season. But I'll watch 2 or 3 episodes like a day, because that pretty much ends it in 3 days for me. I'll usually be done in about 3 days. So 3-4 episodes a day. because I think I can't remember whether this is going to be 8 or 13 episodes, but I'm so hyped about this. And just speaking about these Marvel shows in general, because also Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. gets a lot of hate for reasons I don't understand. Like, the thing I hate most about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is that it's one show a week. I want more. Like, maybe if I was behind on it and I could go on Netflix and then watch all of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that would be great. But unfortunately, I've seen all the episodes and sometimes I DVR it. And so sometimes I'll try to hold off until it's close to the next one just so I can watch 2 episodes close together, because I find myself just wanting more. But I find that so many people hate the show. I don't understand it. It's always been interesting to me. Always keeps you, hanging on edge. Now, I don't like for instance, this last season with Ghost Rider. I wish they hadn't gone with Robbie Reyes. I wish they had gone with Johnny Blaze. Because that's just, I mean, I could be wrong, but I think that's the most popular version of Ghost Rider. I definitely would prefer that. And Robbie Reyes isn't even a true, he doesn't have a spirit of vengeance. He's not like a true Ghost Rider. So I didn't like that, but I still liked the Ghost Rider run. I didn't like the LMD stuff. I didn't like that one too much. But I think that they were just basically trying to set up LMDs in the Marvel Universe, because let's face it, Nick Fury he's gonna have a lot of LMDs, right? They had to introduce that, which is great. Legion seems to get a lot of love, and Legion just leaves you with so many questions and then we didn't really get to see a lot of his powers. So we really only got to see one. We got to see one personality, which means we only saw one of those personalities' powers. And then for most of the season, you were just left with questions about what's actually going on, what's real, what's not real. And I can't fully enjoy something that I'm not sure about what's going on. By the end, I think all questions were answered, but I don't really like how. I don't think Legion was that great. Definitely not better than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Are there any other Marvel shows? Not yet, I don't believe. Couldn't think of any. But I think that they do a good job in general with these shows. I wish they were all on Netflix, just so that they can always do what they want. They don't have to all be bloody and everything and super violent, whatever they put on Netflix. Because some characters just don't make sense to be that way. But at the same time, I just wish they all were that way. So just in case they wanted to get a little bit more graphic, it was available to them. That would be great. But once again, man, I just can't wait. I can't wait to see, just how they all mesh together. And there's probably going to be a lot of funny stuff. Luke Cage is funny. Jessica is funny. And yeah, those two are funny. And it could be funny the way Daredevil bounces off of them. Because I don't know. He tries to be humorous at times, but I don't really like it too much. And Iron Fist is sometimes funny in his seriousness. I don't think they did a good job of showing that in the Netflix series. But let's say the Spider-Man animated series, Iron Fist being so serious all the time, and the way other characters weren't, such as Spider-Man, made him funny to me, and with Nova. But I don't really know if that's an accurate depiction. I am not a comic book person hardcore. I have read some comics, but I'm not a hardcore comic fan, so I don't know how accurate these characters are to their comic book portrayals. I'm sorry. But yeah, and maybe that's another reason why I'm not so heated about Iron Fist, or maybe why I hold Jessica Jones lower than maybe some other people, because maybe it's comic book stuff. I don't know. But that's all I gotta say, man. excited about Defenders, man. I can't wait till tonight. To just get started on that. Been waiting so long for Defenders. I just feel like it's just been, they took way too long to get here, and then we gotta still wait for, what's the next Marvel movie? I think it's Thor. I'm not even sure when that comes out, but it seems like we keep seeing all these trailers and previews and all this stuff, and I'm just like, come on, I want to see the movie. But yeah, I'm so hyped. I love Marvel, love it. All right, guys, that's it for me. Hope you were also hyped for this and just ready to enjoy this series of Defenders, the season of Defenders, the first season. And hey, maybe I don't know if I'll do any reviews like show by show, but I definitely might get on and talk about it after I've watched it, the whole thing. So let me know if you want to watch that. All right, guys, be blessed.